What's up, y'all? You know what time it is? It's about to be that time.
Savage.
Ooh. All right. I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining me today on a Thursday. You know, normally we stream on Fridays, okay? But tomorrow is a special Friday, so we weren't going to stream, and the chapter came out early, okay? Tomorrow's my son's birthday. So we have plans and all that, so I was going to cancel the stream if the chapter came out tomorrow. But we're here. We're here. Getting it out of the way early. I'm excited for this. This is officially the first chapter of 2023. But as always, it always leaks early. It always does. All right? So, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. Pulling the chapter up. And the other thing about these first chapters of the year, they usually are crazy. People are usually always trying to spoil. So I'm trying to get ahead of the curve here. I'm trying to beat all of that. Let's not have to deal with any of that. Okay. Let's see here. Give me a moment here, guys. Shout out to Mr. Hyena, who said, Chrissy Varley, my birthday is on the same day of the year as Kisuke Urahara from Bleach. And Randy Troy, my birthday is on the same day of the year as Goldie Roger from One Piece. Okay, so 12/31. So your birthday is in a couple of days here. Happy birthday.
Savage.
Okay. A hero's offensive. All right. Got my OST bumping. As always, like, comment, subscribe if you're feeling the vibe.
Come with me if you want to live.
Friday Eve. All right. We're putting out this lower quality early version of 1071 ahead of our usual release, since at this time of the year it's unpredictable when high quality scans will be available. All right. Now, I did ask the Discord, and they said that it was not scuffed enough to where we wouldn't be able to really make out what's going on. That was my key thing. If everything was too scuffed, we were not going to read this. But trusted members of the Discord said, no, Randy, you're good. Okay. Happy holidays. Do we not have the cover page? Where's the cover page? All right. All right. Well, moving forward. This man, Kuma, is whooshing. He's flying. Shout out to the boy. This man is zooming. I love to see it. Okay. Red port, the base of the red line. What's going on here? Is that the archipelago? It's Bartholomew Kuma. Where did he come from? I heard he fled the Holy Land. What's he doing here? He's meant to be the Celestial Dragon's invincible slave. So he didn't send himself to Egghead. Section off the Northeast District. It moved. I guess this isn't the archipelago. like something underneath Marijoa. Maybe. It's probably where they were, like, during the reverie before they, like, took the... whatever they called it. The boats that took him up to Marijoa. Gondolas or something. It was some variation of a gondola. Yeah, Evo said it. Yeah, this is where the gondolas are from, the reverie. Gotcha. Alright. Bartholomew Kuma just appeared at the Bondola gate. Yeah, there we are. Deploy all available Marines to this location. My man's got cracks in his face. Civilians, please be advised. He's extremely dangerous. Evacuate immediately. This is crazy. This man's about to pull up on the Celestial Dragons? Is that what's going on here? Shout out to Partha for joining the channel. Appreciate you.
Another one.
Alright. He's a man with no shred of humanity. He may serve the Celestial Dragons, but his current purpose and programming are unknown. Do not approach. Need some water. Back to Egghead. The island of the future. I want to see some Marines pull up. I want to see it. My guy Conrad, member for 18 months, said I'm late, but I'm here. What's up, y'all? I mean, Vegapunk is packed. Alright. Destroy the ships if you need to. Yes, sir. Even with the Seraphim back under control. How are we meant to flush them out? This frontier dome is a real nuisance. Sure is a marvel. Alright. That panel is unnecessary. Because it's basically just reiterating exactly what they said at the end of the, the previous chapter, where they're just like, wow, the Frontier Dome is, and then they're just like, wow, the Frontier Dome, we get it. We get it. You're determined to ignore the Marines, aren't you, Lucy? I refuse to accept Straw Hat as an emperor. Wow. Shout out to Shooter Ali for joining. You're hopeless. Okay, we got Shaka, Drip God. The agents are attempting to block off all exits. They've probably taken care of the ships too. Can we finally see Zoro? Like, I just want to see Zoro and Brook. That would make me really happy this chapter. All right. Vega Force 1 can only fly on the island. What does that mean? Vega Force 1 can only fly on the island, so does it have some sort of like geofencing where when it gets to a certain area, it's like, oh, it doesn't work anymore because it's out of range, maybe? It has to be within the... it has to be closer to the antenna? Damn, the enemy is quite shrewd. Shooter Ali said, thanks, I was a member but didn't see messages for renewal. I know you were. I appreciate the rejoin. Alright. Perfect. That means we get to avenge Atlas. I'm raring to go. Okay. No. They shouldn't even be able to get up here. So they won't let us get away without a fight. What's going on? Something fun? Just York in the back, stuff in their face. We have Edison having another Eureka moment. I've just thought up a new invention. I reckon it's going to be a real cutting edge piece of tech. All right. Lilith, if all you've got in mind is another brainless attack, knock it off. Why can't we retaliate against these fools? They're after our necks. Fighting back isn't our objective. Ensuring the main body's escape is. Interesting. Interesting. So they all... So maybe we won't have a traitor. Maybe they all are, like, completely subservient to the main body to where, like, they have to protect him. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. As satellites, it's our duty to prioritize the Stella's safety. Above all else, we may be expendable. But you running off on a vendetta will only cause us more trouble. Okay. So that wasn't Lilith saying it. It was Shaka. Alright, so I would expect to hear something from like that from Shaka. I thought that was Lilith saying it based on the first bubble, the way it was going. Lilith pulls up. That goody-good act of yours really gets on my nerves, so maybe we still might have a traitor. I thought Oda was changing Lilith up real quick. Yeah. Still, I'm so sorry, Sentomaru. That only happened because you're so loyal. I mean, you also kind of set him up there, Vegapunk. You're like, hey, but you remember what I did for you, right? He pulled the card. Right. We still have another ally on this island we can call on, should we? Hold your horses. Won't you be risking them too? If we ask for help? Oh god. Who's the other ally? Could it be Fujitora? Is he hanging out? Alright. They'd have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sites too. Be that as it may, hello, I'm in a big pinch. Please save me, Quasar. He asked so shamelessly. Of course. I've always been prepared for this order. Who can it be now? Revolutionaries, sword. There's a lot of options here. Wowza. Looks like they're going to help us. Escape should be easy as pie now. If we focus and make sure Cypher Pole Zero is kept busy, especially since the Stella secured passage on the Straw Hat's ship. I'll take us to the port with Vega Force 1. I approve. Let's hurry. Put you in charge. Well, he is the rational one. Well, folks, I'm all packed. Is he finally going to release them now? All right. The 7 of us. Please take the 7 of us to your ship. Wow. All right. 7? You're all coming? That sounds like a pain. I don't care as long as Lilith Chan tags along. All right, of course, Sanji, of course. That's your contribution here. Okay. Hell yeah, a voyage with 7 faces of the world's best scientists. Lab interior. Wait, Bonnie, hold up. That Vegapunk. To think he'd stoop to using bugs against me. She has no idea. That's what you're mad about? Hey. Promise to get that old timer out of here in one piece. Don't beat him up. Beep, beep, beep. Lab, Stratum, Frontier Dome defenses are now offline. Oh. We're on the move. Okay. Frontier Dome was offline. Why? Who would disable it and for what purpose? Oh, this is Sabotage. Someone in the control room. We do have a traitor. No, our detectors aren't picking up anyone. That was sudden. If those deterrents are really down, this is a golden chance, Lucci. Wait, it might be a trap. Doesn't this malfunction sound a little too convenient? See, we've gotten this far, and it's fine. For this to happen with your life at stake, the heavens have abandoned you, Vegapunk. Isn't that the Straw Hat ship? Oh! Wait a second. Wow, there's a robot here, too. Oh! Zoro and Brook were always outside of the Frontier Dome. That makes sense. Ah, man. The geography had me messed up. Okay. Zoro and Brook are... We're about to have the Kaku reunion on the Sunny. Ah, let's go. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. You know what time it is.
It's about to get spicy.
It's spicy. Okay. We've already taken care of all the ships down below. We've just got to destroy this one. Leave it to me. That's a crazy Kaku panel. Sky Slicer ran Kaku. That is a crazy ran Kaku right there. Zoro's about to block this. Come on. Woo! It's like he smelt the Rankaku coming, and he's just like, hold up. Hold up. Okay. What the? Who the hell interrupted my nap? Roanoa. Rematch 2.0. Let's go. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the Zoro content I want. All right.
That's a spicy meatball!
Shaka. Got the Frontier Dome back online, but the Cypherpole agents have already infiltrated. Damn, we were too late. They'll target the Straw Hat's ship. Indeed, they're already fighting a crew member that was guarding it. If we don't hurry and back him up, we'll lose our ride out of here. Will you look at that? We'll get to go to war after all. Hey guys. Okay, so Luffy's here. Bonnie's about to mess something up. We're leaving already, but we just got here. Come on, let's not rush this. It's noisy out there. I want to stay too, but we can't help it since this is a government island. You bumped into that Rob Lucci guy, right? I know, but oh wait. You haven't seen Bonnie, have you? She's a pirate lady with long hair. Now that you mention it, where's Vegapunk? Stop it, Bonnie. We're in a rush here. I'll explain. Just hear me out. Can you turn my dad back to normal, yes or no? This is a phenomenal chapter, by the way. Like, the pacing, the movement, the way we're ready to leave. But we're still going to have to deal with the ships. Like, this is... I'm loving this. All right. Can you turn my dad back to normal, yes or no?
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
No, sorry, I just can't, but there's a reason for that. All right. Somewhere in the waters of the New World. Isn't that fish bigger than normal? Oh, we got Kid at Elbaf? Is this gonna be Kid at Elbaf?
Another one.
Jonathan Arcade, member for 9 months, said, I don't care if I get flamed. I like this Zoro moment more than any he had in Wano, to be honest. So damn raw. You could probably go back to any of my reactions from all of Onigashima, and I may have not reacted as hype as I did for just that. So I'm right with you, honestly. I'm right with you. Actually, I did get hype when he like sliced off part of Onigashima in like 1002. That was big. But I don't think anything in Zoro versus King had me like this. I'm ready. All right, I'm hoping this is Elbaf. Let's see. Kid, wake up. We're near land. Should we go look around? Are you really asking that? When have I ever passed on exploring an island? I know, but this island is probably home of the giants. Elbaf! Woo! Man, now I'm mad I never made that Kid video. I mean, how many times did I talk about this? But I wanted to shoot a video and I wanted to put it out. The villain of Elbaf could be Kid. Kid is going to Elbaf. But we talked about this. We talked about this. Let's hit this. Let's hit this.
Another one. Another one. Another one. And another one.
This is a big W. That's a big one. That's a big one. Make it rain. We here. We here. But of course he was going to go, they want the man marked by flames. That's where Saul is. But we were talking about that before we even knew Saul. It just makes sense. It makes sense. This is how we get out of Kid's story. This is big news. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. G14 Naval Base. You're such a troublemaker, Vice Admiral Garp. G14. Where sword is? Where sword is?
It's about to get spicy.
About to head over to Egghead. We can't spare any of our men. Don't be like that, doll. Wahaha. This isn't a joke. You want to launch an offensive against an emperor? Have you cleared this with the top brass? Huh? Why would I? You've been in the Navy for how many decades with that attitude? It's fine, don't worry about it. Besides, I'm already here. You're what? Helmeppo, get out here. Is it a pirate attack? What do they want with Helmeppo? It's Vice Admiral Garp's ship. Vice Admiral Garp, wow. Really wanted to see you. Koby went and got captured by Blackbeard. I couldn't do anything to help. Quit whimpering. It's hard to watch. Just get on board already. We're gonna head to Hachinosu. Let's beat the snot out of those pirates and save Captain Koby. Vice Admiral Garp, the hero of the Marines. Who did he pull up with? To Helmeppo. Sword. Hibari. Sword. The agenda is firing. It's firing. It's firing. Oh.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh my god. Alright. Shout out to the almost 600 people here on an off day. Alright. This isn't even the normal day that we stream. Like, comment, subscribe if you are feeling the vibe. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be more hype when it's revealed that Garp is part of Sword than I will be if we ever find out that Law is part of Sword. I want Law and Sword. There's a lot of evidence there. But it's Garp in Sword has been like the main theory. The main theory. The Law part, there's a lot of evidence for that. But it only works if Garp is there, so. Man.
Another one.
See, shout out to Mr. Hyena. Said, Chrissy and Randy, are you two watching the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War anime? I am not. Chrissy eventually will. I don't know if I'm going to pick Bleach back up, but I've heard that it's really good. Fable said, all these coincidences are starting to make me think Garp might be related to Sword. Nah. Some people are going to be acting like that, though. Hams, member for 13 months, said, Dripley's Believe It or Not, where it's a slideshow of your hardest fits. I'd watch that.
Savage.
David Cott said, I bet the mind of Kuma was transferred into a new body. And that's why Vegapunk said he can't undo it. Real Kuma is probably the mysterious man, too. Ooh, that's a good take.
Savage.
I like that. That's a good take. Jason Washington said, yo, Randy, do you think it's Lunarians hiding on the island the Vegapunk hold? That he's been, like, hiding the Lunarians?
Savage.
I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's a crazy thought. Shout out to Jason for joining the channel, by the way. Man.
Another one.
See, but that would be crazy considering that he was, like, experimenting on King and it wasn't really, like, a situation where he...
Another one.
I wouldn't say that the experimentation was consensual with King, so I don't know if he's got Lunarians hiding. But would be interesting if there were more than just King. Very Pig Fiction, member for 16 months, said never saw Garp going to fight Blackbeard. Pacing is amazing. That's because Oda wants to give me like a sword heart attack by putting Garp, Koby, and Law, and Kuzan all in the same place. Let me get that sword heart attack. All right? Hit me, Oda. Hit me with it.
Savage.
This is all just... This is happening. All of the people that I've been saying are sword are going to be in the same place at the same time.
Savage.
Wow. My man Ty. W's in the chat for Big Ty. I just kind of have to sit with this for a second. I gotta sit with this. Garp, Law, Koby. You just need Drake.
Lavish bracket.
Just need Drake there.
In a lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this jacket? Pay my taxes. Trust me, you can track it.
And Maxo, my guy, said, surprise stream today. My big agenda right now is that Katarina is going to pose as Koby to trick Helmeppo, and Garp's going to take a hit to protect him. Yeah. Look, Garp is definitely dying before the end of the series. He's definitely on my hit list. I think it should happen in front of Luffy though. So I don't know, but I mean I'm on board with that. I'm on board with that. My guy Ty said, "Sorry, I'm late, Captain." Bro, you're always on time. He said, "There's no one in the office to stop me today." Oh, hey. Carolyn's gonna sit down. Said this chapter's off the rails. Yo, literally off the rails. Like, it just kept moving. The pacing is amazing. Bars. Said, "Happy pre-birthday to young Mars." Thank you. Thank you. Where's the birthday button? Gotta find that. Yep. That boy's gonna be 2. I'm surprised. I'm shocked. Said, what's up, Savage Crew? Are we going to do a pre-Reverie stream to test levels? We might need to. Who knows? Who knows? He said, and I said something about green blood. Don't recall what. Well, there wasn't really anything about green blood in the chapter. I just want to know what S-Hawk's devil fruit is. That's what I just need to know. I just need to know. But this is crazy. It's ramping up. It's heating up. I'm here. I'm here. Barry said Carolyn's busy calling her instead. Oh, man. Tyreek Smith, appreciate you, said that person versus that person being Garp and Blackbeard is wild. Also, Stussy is Luffy's mom, I'm convinced. Nah. I don't know about that. That's kind of crazy. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't think I'd be upset, but I'd have some questions for Whole Cake Island though. Ace2532 said, "What if the person that disabled the defenses was Shiryu? Blackbeard could have made a backdoor deal with the Gorosei, then backed out on it when he captured Koby. Blackbeard and Egghead as Garp is about to pull up. And we'll have Kuzan. I mean, I want some sort of Admiral versus Admiral. So if it's Fuji versus Kizaru here or Kuzan versus Kizaru, it doesn't matter. I just need something. But, man, Shiryu? How crazier is this arc gonna get? I think we just need. I think we just need the Marines. We just need a war against the Marines. Let Blackbeard do whatever he's doing. He's gonna, go up against Garp. He was already shaking in his boots at Rayleigh, and if I had a power scale, I have Garp over Rayleigh. So we are strap in. Noah Charuk said, Koby the only kid Garp actually raised. He's the only one that became a Marine. He told Luffy and Ace what to do so that he could protect him. Of course he's got to get him. He said, also, first time reading with you live was a trip. Appreciate you, Noah. Thanks for pulling up. Hunter McTarsney said, I think the mysterious person might be Saul. He's hiding an Egghead and not on Elbaf. Ooh. Now that's spicy. The Saul Robin reunion in this arc. You know, there's that actually. That's not bad. That's not bad. Because with the Marine presence, Kizaru pulling up, the other vice admirals, like Saul was a vice admiral. So they would see Saul and then know this dude has been alive since Ohara. And then things would get really, really crazy because they would see him on the Sunny as they go to Elbaf. Oh, wow. I like that. That's, ooh. I think that's my favorite. Out of anything that's been said, I like the Kuma, the real Kuma thing. But I really like this Saul idea. Hunter McTarzany super chatted again, said, especially since Saul would have been at Ohara and Vegapunk could have helped him out for helping him save the books. Well, I mean, it could have been a situation where with all of Vegapunk's technology, he promised that he would actually be able to protect him. And then it's like sort of a hiding in plain sight situation. You're trying to hide from the Marines and the world government. So why don't you hide on a world government island? Vegapunk has been able to hide the fact that he has that robot. That 900-year-old robot. The government doesn't know he has that. So Saul being on the island and him being able to hide Saul? I'm just saying, there's some. I'm on that train. Davon Schoolboy Beats said, I don't know, Miss Bakian might be the mad scientist. Weevil definitely looks like an impelled down jailer. He might be a clone of Whitebeard. We've talked about that. It's not my favorite of the possibilities. I'm going to have a video coming out where I talk about, you know, all of the people that I think could be that woman. Because I'm not entirely sold that it's Stussy. I feel like that's the easy answer. And if it was just Stussy, then just show it and just have her turn around. Like, it's not that big of a reveal, Oda. Speaking of which, is there any sort of leak on what the cover story for this chapter is? Is it like a continuation of the Mads flashback? Because this scan did not have the cover page. Fable! My man said, Elbaf incoming. Elbaf incoming? We already saw. We had Elbaf in this chapter, and Kid was there. He said, the only negative...
In a lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this?
The only negative
Pay my taxes.
to this
Trust me, you could
chapter is that a bum like Kid gets to lay their eyes on Elbaf before me. Oh man. Can I get the the trifecta though? Can Vivi please be there also?
Another
Please?
one.
Please. Man. Bro, I'm so excited for Elbaf. Like, that's the wave, man. Like, we're going right there. And I'm telling you, Kid is going to be a menace and then they're going to associate Kid with Luffy when he arrives. So they're not going to be favorable to Luffy because Kid was like wrecking houses trying to find Saul, right? But here, the opposite of the Raizo is safe situation that I was saying, like the Elbaf giants protecting Saul, is that now my headcanon is what Hunter was talking about. They can't produce Saul, the man marked by flames, for Kid because he might actually be on Elbaf. I mean, sorry, Egghead. He might be on Egghead. So he has to physically come there first. Then Luffy and Kid are gonna have it out over like the information and everything like that.
Savage.
As, you know, they show the secret site of the books. Bro, I'm loving this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. My guy Dizza the Ghost, member for 18 months, said, "What's good, my G? Question: are you wearing the jacket in celebration of Young Mars, or is your casual wear just that dripped out?" Either way, big W's in this chapter. Big dubs. Big dubs. Garp and Sword stocks looking real nice. All right? Yes. And if you've been rocking with the channel long, you got in early. You got in early. Okay? I've had Garp and Sword stocks since chapter 956. You can't have Garp and Sword stocks prior to that. That's when it got incorporated. That's when it went on the market. And then as for the drip, yeah, this is the casual drip. It's just casual. This is, you know, this is the Thursday drip. We're here. I was feeling a little cold, so I put my jacket on. Let's see. Ace2532 said, cover is just an Uta color spread with the crew. Oh. I have something for that.
Is that it? No. I thought it was more complicated.
Let's see here. Catching up. Partha said, I think if Egghead is giving us parallels to Sabotage, I think the Mystery Man could be Scopper. Ooh. A member of Roger's crew. That would be the true parallel. That's an interesting that's an interesting choice as well. I'm still Team Saul. So if I'm ranking him, Saul is what I want. What makes the most sense is Kuma, having a brain transfer because we have more of the Bonnie thing going on right now. And then I like Scopper, but it's adding a layer that doesn't really have a through line thread for the arc. So it's kind of random, but cool. Random, but cool. We get that sword reveal. That Garp is in sword reveal. This is going to be the community.
Randy.
Isopod said, Ally equals Stussy. New world twist on the CP9 betrayal. You think Stussy's going to be good? I mean, if she's Mads, there's the possibility. And she was setting Kaku up. She was definitely setting Kaku up. Jonathan RK said the mystery man is obviously Gin. Obviously? This. That's me when I find out it's Gin. Hunter, my guy, super chatting, and he said, also have an interesting theory that if Garp takes on Blackbeard, then Kuzan may have to betray Garp to prove his loyalty to Blackbeard, like how Snape killed Dumbledore to protect Malfoy and Harry Potter. Possibly. There's definitely the possibility for that. And the whole thing with Garp is that he's down for the mission. Okay, that's why he didn't interfere with the Ace thing. Because interfering with Ace may have blown the cover of Sword, right? So, and I could see Garp being the type of person that is, Sword is bigger than me. Because that in my mind, in my headcanon, that's how it's always been. Sword is bigger than him. So that's why he's going out of his way to get back Sword members. Because he can't complete the mission on his own. And he's getting up there. So if it's a situation where he gets there, he does get killed by Blackbeard or Kuzan. Kuzan is the one that takes him out. It's because of the larger machine, the larger message. And Garp would take that, and then we would find out later that he was the leader that orchestrated all of this, and that Kuzan was doing it. And that's, Oda, it is not out of the realm of possibility that Oda gets that complicated with all of this. And so there may be the possibility there. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I can justify that. Let's see. My guy Brandon King said, if Elbaf is the island of reunions, perhaps Frankie gets to reunite with the Oror Jackson there. Would be amazing for him to see the ship that made it. That would be interesting, because we don't know what happened to the Oror Jackson. So if they've been hiding it at Elbaf or something, and maybe Shanks has been guarding it? Oh, man. Maybe the Sunny gets destroyed, but they find the Oror Jackson, and since it was made with Atom Wood, Frankie deconstructs it to recreate the Sunny. Something like that. Mr. Hyena said the mystery man is Kuzan. I don't think that. I think Kuzan is definitely at Hachinosu guarding Koby for Sword Agenda. But, yeah. Hold on 1 second, guys. A little bit of chair peace, and I'll be right back. right, and we're back. Do you see this jacket? There's a lot of jacket talk in the chat. Let's see. Don't know who the mystery man is, but the symbol on the side of the Denden Mushi looks like the Don Quixote family Jolly Roger. That's what Philip Jenkins said. I'm gonna go back to that. We certainly haven't done a reread yet. We're still just basking in the beauty of this chapter. I'm looking at the Denden Mushi now. No, I don't think that's the Doflamingo Jolly Roger at all. That's just the speaker for the snail. Most of the snails have that, so that's just what that is. But it looks like the snail might have a mustache, or it could be the shading. This could be one of the panels that we actually need to see in a high res. That's what I'm thinking here. It's either a mustache or it's just a smudge. Barry said, takes a seat. Okay, I'm in charge now. I love how I don't have to add a chair emoji because the chair emoji is already blue. Like it's perfect. It's like we have our own emoji. Just basic. K Pro N said just popped in. Vegapunk called on Smoker, right? That's an interesting take. I do not think so. Top choice is called on Saul. That's my favorite right now. Or a Kuma variant that actually has his brain in it. Fable said Reddit looked at the snail and started talking about S-Beard like Whitebeard was a Seraphim.
I don't know what I expected.
Yeah. Just catching up real quick here. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely not S-Beard. I like the idea of it being Scopper, but it's just random. There's no reason to do it other than to parallel this with Sabotage further by having the archipelago be where you met Rayleigh and then this being where you meet Scopper. I don't know. But either way, Lucy brings up a great question. Who's the traitor? Like, there is actually a traitor. Because someone turned off the Frontier Dome. So this is a big question here. And all of the satellites, except for Atlas, can be seen here. But Atlas should be there. No, Atlas is in the back on the, I guess, shaded on the back on the the table getting fixed. So it can't be any of the satellites. Who would be the traitor? Who is already on the island? Who would turn that off? Either way, we're in for a shock here. Unless Kizaru is already there. I feel like Kizaru would be too expected. But since he's been experimented on, I feel like he would know his way around. Yamiel said caribou, hashtag swamp meat. Taking a throwback with the swamp meat. I don't think so. Because that would imply that caribou like knows more about this island than we think. Ace2532 said, since a possible Whitebeard Seraphim was suggested, what if it's an Ace Seraphim? Maybe they took his blood when he was in prison and impaled down. Immediately, when we got to Egghead, we talked about the possibility of there being an Ace Seraphim. I still think that that's likely. A Whitebeard Seraphim, I'm on the fence. At this point, I really think it's just the core members of the Warlords. So it's just Jinbei, Hancock, Mihawk, Kuma, Crocodile, Moria, Doflamingo. And then if there is any extra, maybe Kaido, because he can still fall in line with that like animal theme that the Warlords had. Anybody that doesn't fit that, I don't think works for the Seraphim. Because then the folklore of having Sentomaru be like in control of them and being the avatar for Kentaro who could control animals, and then having their labels be S-Bear, this and that. Like, they have to have an animal name after it. Brandon King said, I think the snail has the Admiral shoulder things. It's got to be Fuji, because he was banned from the Marine base. Yes. Why was I forgetting that? That's what I said during the reaction. That was my first choice. My first thing was, is he talking to Fuji? Like, is this Fuji? Yeah. And that was my justification for it as well. He was banned from any Marine base, and he had to find loopholes around. Yeah, I got distracted with a lot of the other theories, which are fun, but that's right. Fuji makes the most sense. That's it. Fuji makes the most sense. He's already tied to the Seraphim. He's tied to the SSG. It would make sense if he was already there. We'll get Fuji versus Kizaru like I want. God, this chapter's awesome. We're starting 2023 off with a bang. David Cott said the Marines would know if Fuji betrayed the world government. Yeah. Whoever he's talking to, Vegapunk says. He's like... Says, we still have another ally on the island we can call. Should we? Hold your horses. Won't you be risking them too if we ask for help? They'd have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sights too. So it's somebody that needs to be hidden. So that's why the Saul thing works really well. But it also doubles for Fuji because Fuji can't go to any Marine bases now. So if he's outed as, like, working against them in this Vegapunk situation, then suddenly Fujitora is an enemy of the government and cannot go anywhere. Partha said, I feel like Aokiji just has to be in Sword. Man, there's no way Akainu dropped him so hard he became an objectively evil guy. Yeah, no, he's Sword. He's Sword. There's things that you can only learn when you're outside of the government. That's it. He's a secret Marine. He's working with Garp, potentially Law. He's working with Koby. Like, this is... We're gonna get some really nice secret agent-y type stuff. My guy Fable.
Lavish bracket, in a lavish bracket, gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this jacket? Pay my taxes. Trust me, you can track it.
He said, my top 2 picks for the Mystery Man, S-Cat, Kuro's back, and Fujitora, S-Ite. Sight. Oh man, we got the word plays today. I love that though. Love that. Kuro coming back in a big way would just be hilarious. I'm mad you said S-Ite though. Daniel Bello, yes, I have read the chapter. Just we're in the after discussion here. Lucy said, you really think we'll get more Seraphim? I mean, I do think that it's a possibility. I think that there should be 7 of them. If you're going to fully replace the Warlords, you have to replace them in number as well. So it just depends if they're here or if they're somewhere else. Chrissy said, by the way, just want to say when Kid said Elbaf, I screamed. Because you know...
Another one.
Chord said Randy's an underrated streamer. Thank you. Thank you, Chord or Cord. W's all day. Big things for you in 23, I can already tell. Appreciate you. Tyreek said, do you think S-Croc has a Logia Devil Fruit? I talked about this a couple of times, and I think we talked about it last week. I think he's going to be able to shoot sand, but he's not going to be able to turn into sand. Or he'll have a completely different Devil Fruit. But I think that, if anything, he's only able to synthesize like a Paramecia version of what the power is. Mugen said, why doesn't Eam just Lulusia Egghead? I mean, it's very possible that they need some tech that's there, but it's also very possible that they do Lulusia Egghead if they learn that Cypher Pole and the Marine Force is not able to complete the mission. So I think that's just where they're coming from. But I think the whole point of the Lulusia event was because Sabo has seen Eam and was ready to like out him. So it's more about keeping the mystery than anything else. The biggest mystery in the world, other than the Void history, is just Eam's existence. So S-Croc with the Rust Fruit, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, and they would have access to Shu, so. Mateus brings up a good point. And he said, what do you think the numbers on the stratum meant? It reached 100. It's been climbing during the arc and then turned off. Yeah, once we saw it started, it was at like, we saw it at 66. We saw it at like 68. We saw it in the 70s, but we never saw it below the 60s after it had already gotten there. So I thought it was that different areas of the stratum had different numbers similar to the groves, but I think you might be onto something to where it's actually been a number that's been building. Yeah, that's interesting. Dizza said, so S-Croc is Dale from King of the Hill. Pocket sand. Whoa! That's Hank Hill getting hit with the pocket sand. God dang it, Dale! Why do you just keep sand in your pants? Who does that? Let's see. Let's see. David Cott said, unrelated to the chapter, but when do you think the Straw Hat Grand Fleet is going to cause a big incident? Egghead against Kizaru, Elbaf, another location.
Savage.
So, it would be interesting if that event was against these Marine forces at Egghead to allow the crew to escape. In which case, the Grand Fleet could get imprisoned and impelled down. They could get captured, which could be even more of a reason why we need Impel Down 2.0, because we need our Grand Fleet back for the final war. I'd be okay with that. I mean, that'd be interesting. Either way, I feel like I've always felt the Grand Fleet was going to be tied to whatever the next breakout of Impel Down is. I think whatever they do, it has to be separate from the main story, really. So it could be interesting here, but I think it needs to be something separate that they do that just affects the rest of the world. Similar to how Ace versus Blackbeard changed the course of, the entire pre-time skip era and set the magnet focus to the repercussions of that event. Because it's the same style of narration, the same Oda box as what we got at the end of Benar Island. So I feel like that's what needs to happen with the Grand Fleet. I think it would be cool if they showed up here. But I think they're better off going after some sort of other issue that the Straw Hats can't really handle in the meantime. Those Seraphim ain't right. I'll tell you what. Saw that, Maxa. ZKK Zoro kills Kaku. That's what Lydia said. Mystery Man Zebek? Nah. Let's not do that. A beer said S and for S Croc, which is S-AND. Nernex Ultimo said, this arc is fire. The ending of 1071 got me effed up, though. Feels like we got a lot of moving forces in the world we got to keep up with. Garp going to Blackbeard, Kuzar coming to Egghead. Wowza. I mean, I'm good. Because the sword agenda? It's firing.
Come with me if you want to live.
Tyreek Smith said, I said it as a meme, but Barto versus Shanks is major. I mean, it was kind of implied that that's what's about to happen, though. Leaf 2 Soul said, that's an amazing Hank Hill, by the way. It's one of my favorite ones to do. Look what you're buying, man. Wheatgrass? Humus? Let's see. Got fire ants on my new lawn, boy! Emil Diaz, when Zoro first met Kaku, he was asleep on the Mary. I know. That's why when I was reading, I was just like, are we doing it? Are we going to have Kaku pull up to the Sunny just like in Water 7? We've been talking about that, you know, since we knew he was coming to the Ark and we knew that Zoro was hanging back on the ship. It was like, but I didn't realize the geography of where they were in terms of like everything going on. But it makes so much sense that, yeah, the Vega Force 1 brought them onto the island, put them in the stratum, and then they immediately got locked up in the Frontier Dome. So Zoro being there makes so much sense, but for whatever reason, I don't know, I just had it in my head like where Lucci and the gang was beyond the point of where Zoro was. So I thought we were already past the point of Zoro pulling up. So that's why I got so hyped. It was like, no, we are getting this. We are getting this. This is for all of us.
Another one.
Fable out here with the treble memes. The funniest fruit for S Croc would be the Beta Beta no Mi. I want that. Chrissy said, doesn't Doll kind of look like female Law? Kinda, yeah. Is Doll secretly Lammy? Oh, man. Chrissy's got the tinfoil hat on today. Like, she said, like, maybe Oda turned Law into a girl for that hint. Maxo said, whoa, Chrissy Doll is Lammy confirmed. Fable said, where's the future meme when you need him? Oh, I got you. I got you.
Sensational.
My guy Vern's in here. He said, who do y'all think Vegapunk called? My top choices? Fuji or Saul? But I also liked Kuma's brain in a different body. Brandon said, get ready for S. Alamander with the Kage Kage no Mi. It's gonna be S. Lizard or S. Gecko. Like, it's already built in. Some people said S. Bat. People said sensational.
Sensational.
People said, no way Randy has a future meme on deck. What you kidding? What you talking about, man? What you talking about? Stream Deck is... It's vast. Phil said, how about the Revolutionary Army? I don't think that it's going to be the Revolutionary Army because we already know where they're all at. So... Peter said, great chapter. It's a phenomenal chapter. It's a phenomenal chapter with a bunch of W's. We're in here. Partha said, I have an overarching theory that the Gorosei are kind of royal babysitters for the Celestial Dragons who house some kind of dormant collective power in their bloodline. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, they could very well just be, like, glorified nobles. They're fake nobles, almost. You know, they're not actually celestial dragons, but they're just nobles that have been given the task of a higher power to make decisions and all this, and they feel powerful, but they still bend the knee to the celestial dragons. Who knows? We don't know enough about them. I just want to thank the like 600 people in here on a Thursday before New Year's. This is sensational. That's what's sensational right there. All right, let's hit this reread. See if we pick up on anything else. Because we've been able to just like talk about everything just based off the strength here. All right, so Kuma does not go to Egghead. And maybe Kuma doesn't go to Egghead because he's already on Egghead, and that this is a fake reproduction or something. Who knows? I do like the idea of the brain being moved to a different body. Vegapunk is clearly has experience with doing something like that, so it's possible. And that we're just on a different mission here. I said somebody mentioned table. And the table's here in the house. Fable said Oda might bring Lammy back to life to give Law a reason to make it to the end game. Trafalgar D. Water Lammy. The D stands for doll. Muglatan said the restless sword going to where Law is, Randy Troy. I know.
It's about to get spicy.
Alright, so Thalomy Kuma is about to head back to Marijoa after already leaving Marijoa. Maybe... Wonder if this will have anything to do with Vivi. Like, if Vivi was captured and then Kuma's pulling up to save Vivi and paw her away somewhere because she's being used as the vessel for Uranus. And since he knew what happened to Lulusia, that's what made him go there, because he has to, like, stop Uranus. The only thing I could think of is that this has to be tied to Uranus. Manish said, hopefully this officially releases before the Reverie so y'all can openly talk about it. We're not going to have the Reverie until after this is already officially released, no matter what. So, still no exact date or time set. Gonna try and narrow that down soon, though. Okay, destroy the ships if you need to. They've already destroyed theirs, so they're stuck here. The Cypher Pole agents. I'm just doing my reread here, guys. I'm trying to find some extra clues and everything like that. Is Shanks Island Elbaf? I don't know. I don't necessarily need it to be, but that's up to Oda. I do like this panel of all of the Vegapunks together. It's pretty great. This is it. Just know I'm taking off Reverie Day. I said YouTube won't let him dono. You hit your quota for the week, man. See. All right, let's see. Why can't we retaliate against these fools? They're after our necks. Okay. Still on this Vegapunk big page here. Zeus8546 said Vegapunk sent Kuma to Marijoa to force Kizaru and Cypherpole to retreat. Oh. That's smart. Because if there's a force that's openly going against the Celestial Dragons, all of the admirals will have to pull back to defend them. Damn, that's big brain. That is
Savage.
That's big brain.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Just spamming that right here. See. Ty said, I was gonna say that Fable is gonna flew us all out to Elbaf for the new year. Fable said, you don't want to be around me when that Elbaf chapter drops. Lydia Raven joined the channel. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Brandon King said, don't forget though, Atlas is still being healed. You can actually, it's kind of scuffed in this, but you can see that they are actually all in that panel. In between Vegapunk, the main one, and Pythagoras, you can see the table that Atlas is on. They're all standing in front of Atlas while she's getting healed. So, the more you know. Yeah.
Another one.
Ace 2532 is out of here. All good, all good. Lucci saying not my president to Luffy is hilarious. Oh, God. Alright.
Another one.
Showing love and support for the new year there. Throwing out some gift subs. So shout out to JP. Laws, Sauce McGee, Tom Ito, Rickert, and Neil Tane. Emil said the Sunny might need a new bathroom just for York. Oh God, that's gonna be a joke. That's gonna be a joke. Lydia Raven said I can never make live streams, but this chapter is for you. This chapter is for me. Kid and Elbaf, which we don't like Kid, but it's good for the story.
Another one.
Garp heading to sword business. Sword business. Sword business. We're getting sword business. We're getting sword business here.
Another one.
Business. 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 Tomato, you got it. Law Sauce, you good. You good. We still have another ally on this island we can call on, should we? Won't we be risking them too much if we ask for help? They'd have nowhere left to hide. They're in the government sites too. Now, I need to see more translations of this. They're in the government sites too. Implies that... Because the thing is that the government should have no idea that Saul exists. So when we truly analyze this, and I mean, and we're going with a, with TCB here, but saying they're in the government sites too implies that the government knows who they are. See, they'd have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sites too. No, I guess it still works. Because it's not that they're in the government sites, it's that they'd have nowhere left to hide if they were in the government sites. Yeah. Fuji or Saul? That's what I think is best for the story. Evo, my guy brought up a good point here. Wonder if Vegapunk 03, so Edison's, new invention he mentions on the spread will come into play in a big way. Or even the one that he made a couple of chapters ago after he saw everybody fight the Jinbei Seraphim. that's definitely not a throwaway thing. Like, Edison is going to create something that's going to get them out of this situation. And then we're going to come back to that, and it's going to be like, oh, well, you know, Goda, he foreshadowed it. It's right there in the corner. Brandon King said, imagine Vegapunk has just been calling for his ally Quasar, and it's not just like a speech quirk. There's actually a real Quasar. If that's the case, then like the TCB for that chapter would have been correct, because they initially in the scan did not have Quasar as the quirk, but that it made it seem like he was calling out for someone named Quasar. So that would be funny.
Savage.
K-Pro said, I think Fuji is right. Plus, Vegapunk said with their help, it would make escaping super easy, so they'd have to be strong. Don't count out Saul. Like, you know, the Giants are a force to be reckoned with for a reason. So, Maxo says, LOL, the swerve. Next chapter. Hi, I'm Quasar. Jem said, is Saul not at the new library of Ohara? No. Bouncing off of Hunter's theory from earlier, I love the idea of Kid trashing Elbaf, looking for Saul, but Saul has been on Egghead the entire time. But it also really makes sense for Fuji, because Fuji, every time we've seen him since Dressrosa, and even during Dressrosa, he was talking about this, the Warlords need to be abolished. The Warlords need to be abolished. And then after Dressrosa, we finally have the technology to abolish the Warlords. I'm working on this. Everything. SSG, SSG, SSG. So Fuji in Elbaf makes sense. Fuji in Egghead. Both start with E. I keep messing it up. Fuji and Egghead makes sense. Just like Kizaru and Egghead make sense with all the Sabotage parallels. Smoker makes sense. Because here's the thing too. Like, I just put a video out yesterday. Finally did my analysis of the previous chapter. Way late. And all of the comments were just like, don't look at the comments. The full chapter spoilers are out. And I was just like, all right, I guess I gotta get off the internet. And then lo and behold, the day after that, we're talking about 1071. But one of my big things that I talked about in that, and it's a, if you guys haven't watched the video, I it's less of an analysis and more of a like who I expect coming to Egghead video, like as far as like which Marines, which Vice Admirals, and I put like percentages of what I think. And I also said, as much as I liked Garp to be involved in Egghead and everything, I want sword business. So I put a very low percentage of him coming to Egghead. Like, I don't know, less than 10%. I was just like, I don't see that happening. And now we get confirmation in this chapter. Boom, he's going to Hachinosu, so
Another one.
But the main thing here is that if Smoker comes to Egghead as well, and he learns about the plot to kill Vegapunk, this guy that literally just cured a bunch of children, right? The same guy that in his introduction page gets ran into by a child with their ice cream cone, and then he gets down and like gives the child money to go get another ice cream cone because his pants ate her ice cream. Like, this nice guy that cares about children, and here Vegapunk saved 100 children at Punk Hazard, and then they're gonna say, no, we're killing Vegapunk. That may be the straw for Smoker. So that's why I want Smoker and Egghead, because then we'll have him truly on our side, fighting against other Vice Admirals, protecting Vegapunk, being part of the Protect Vegapunk team. And if it doesn't happen to Egghead, like, it has to happen at some point. Like, And there's a reason why when we saw Tashi, we did not see Smoker. So I'm hoping that's because he's already on his way with these other, vice admirals for this, like, simulated Buster call. Burn said, sorry, I've been in and out today, guys, but my time is up. Have the happiest of New Year's to you all, you as well, my man. I know I'm looking forward to another wild year of this with you. Happy birthday, Mars, as well. Thank you, man. Thank you. You take care, brother. Let's see. Fables Quasar top 5. Easy. Adjust your top 30s accordingly. My man Paul Rotto in here. If you like Bounty Rush, he does Bounty Rush content. He said, glad to finally make it to a stream. I'm enjoying the breakdown on what's going on. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for dropping in. Fable said, hello, I am Isho D. Quasar, Marine Admiral.
Oh shit, here we go again.
I like it.
Like it. Phantom said, Randy, have your chair wear a jacket. We're gonna go denim down. Okay. Just looking right. Make sure the fur is popping. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go, Phantom. That's for you. Ghost X, could anybody refresh my memory? What's the purpose of Sword? To be a secret organization, headcanon, by the way. Headcanon, still unproven, but a lot of things that are, working towards it. Secret organization within the Marines to balance the world government. So, my headcanon, Garp is the leader, and there's this big subversion, like, coup that is happening within the Marines, and they're waiting for the moment to strike to fix everything that's wrong with the Celestial Dragons and the world government. And they are the opposite of S.H.I.E.L.D., Cypherpole Aegis Zero. That is the protector of the Celestial Dragons and the keeper of everything that the world government is, doing wrong. And also, I really should get the boy Garp right there. You got Garp in the chapter. Oh, yeah. Mystery Man Tripper Scarfino. I'm okay with that. He's already alive. I mean, I couldn't be more upset that he's alive, but if he's got to be alive, hey, we might as well use him. Maxo said the D stands for Quasar, but the D, lowercase d, is just an upside down Q. We figured it out, guys. We figured it out.
Is that it? Oh, snap. I thought it was more complicated.
Marco corrected Maxo, said, but it's P Maxo. Will of P. True. Upside down and reversed. This is said that's the Yonko drip right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Barry said the meme's coming with us in 2023. Carolyn, chair piece, chair drip. We can only bring out the chair drip for the most coveted of W's. Barry's making me hungry. I need that. Harry G said 10 out of 10 chapter for sure. Just wow, Vice Admiral Dahl though. Yeah. You mean Trafalgar D. Water Lammy in disguise. Back from the dead. Let's get back to the reread. Finish this up here.
Savage.
Alright. So, they're all packed. They take the 7 of us to your ship. Someone earlier mentioned, why doesn't Sanji shout out York as well and only Lilith? Has Sanji met York though? I mean, well, I guess York is in the room, but... Yeah. Trafalgar D. Water Luffy. Am I right? That's what Maxo said. Mizu Luffy. As I got the crocodile coat behind me. Hey, I promised to get that old timer out of here in one piece. That's the name of the show. Maverick said, I'm afraid for Garp. Should be. Should be. Imagine that Blackbeard actually exposes Sword. So then it's Garp that's on the chopping block instead of, he's the ace. And the Order 66 within the Marines and everything is actually against Sword. Spitball idea. Dizza said Chrissy literally made the same reference. Oh, I know. That's what I'm bouncing off of. That's totally Chrissy's thing. I'm a... Oh, it was Fable saying that Sanji not calling out York is a plot hole. Here. I guess it could have been Caribou that accidentally turned off the defenses, like as if he was like maybe trying to rob something, but he actually turned off the defenses with his swamp. And he didn't actually mean to do it. There's a possibility for that. Saber of Zebek versus Sword of the Marines. I like that. Someone in the control room. No, our detectors aren't picking up anyone. Okay. So, credence for Caribou, because Caribou can essentially turn into swamp, so maybe the detectors aren't primed to pick that up. Someone in the stream earlier mentioned Shiryu, which I don't necessarily like, but is credible, because the detectors aren't picking up anyone, so if you can't see them, then there you are. Alternatively, if Vegapunk has tech lying around, it really could be anyone if he has something that'll turn them invisible. We saw Vegapunk turn himself invisible. Some people were like, no, he was warping, but the shading and everything looked like when Sanji and Queen and Absalom and Shiryu would go invisible. So if there is some of that tech lying around, then really anybody could be invisible and moving around right now. Fable said, you would think Sanji would love York. Big eater and he's a cook. It's true. Nernex said the One Piece is real.
The One Piece! The One Piece is real!
Let's see. Fable said, I think Edison is the traitor. Oof. Unexpected. I'd like that. Let's see here. Now here's something interesting that lines up with Stussy being a traitor. Wait, it might be a trap. Doesn't this malfunction sound a little convenient? Then we cut to Stussy with a question mark. Like, I know Vegapunk. He wouldn't do this. This can't happen. Traitor Stussy, there's something to that. There's something to that. Chair piece. And we're back. We're calling this the Owen Wilson jacket. Well, it is my lavish jacket. Fun fact, this jacket is what inspired the lines and the hook for Lavish Bracket. Alexander Jones said, pour one out for Garp, especially after that. I hope nobody dies. I mean, Garp has always been on the chopping block. You know, we've talked about that. Chrissy and I talk about that a lot. Like, that's... Chrissy believes that Garp is like the... I've always expected that there would be like some sort of like Obi-Wan character, and Chrissy was like, I think that Obi-Wan character that needs to die or whatever is Garp. It's the only thing that's gonna like hit as hard as Ace did for Luffy in the post-time skip era. Edison is also the one who tried to discourage Vegapunk from calling for help. It's all lining up. Let me go back to that. Yeah, so shamelessly. Something there. I've just thought up a new invention. Reckon it's going to be a real cutting-edge piece of technology. So what if he, like, disappeared for a second and then turned off the defenses? Because I imagine they can control the defenses from where they are. So maybe it is one of the Vegapunks, and they did it from where they are right there. Like, maybe it's in, you know, during the moment where everybody got distracted with Bonnie running off after Vegapunk. And here's a specific thing about this as well. Now, this is either a clue for or against. The Frontier Domes are Frontier Dome defenses are now offline, right? Who do we see? We see York, Shaka, Pythagoras, and then specifically Lilith in the middle with an indicator. Lilith is the one that says, is somebody in the control room? Now that could be a, you know, whoever smelt it dealt it situation, but then the other situation here is that we do not see Edison. There might be something to this. There might be something to this. I mean, there's definitely a traitor. We know this. But I think it's happening from within the room and not somewhere else. The Caribou thing is a possibility, but one of the Vegapunks being a traitor is a more interesting idea. If the Vegapunks come with the Straw Hats, what about the brain? Asked Lucy. Will it follow them? That's one of the things I'm worried about, and that's why I think, like, at some point, the further and further away that they get from the antenna, it may weaken all of them. It may cause Vegapunk's, like, a clock to run out, essentially. Yeah. There's a possibility for all of this. That's not a good enough excuse, Fable. Edison is short and therefore untrustworthy. I've been saying it from the beginning. All short people are untrustworthy? Is that what you're saying, man? Fable confirmed to be like 6'7". You know who shares that sentiment? Randy Newman. Randy Newman notoriously does not like short people. It's a fun fact. Like, if you look it up, he has lyrics that are just talking about how much he does not like short people. I think the reason for the line "No, our detectors aren't picking up anyone" is because everything was turned off from in the room that they're in. Who's Randy Newman? He is he's a songwriter known for doing a lot of Disney movies like Toy Story. He did the song "You've Got a Friend in Me." You got a friend in me. Yeah, it's like a very pronounced lisp as he sings. Abel said the Tuntata cannot be trusted. They believe anything anyone says. Information from a Tuntata needs to be verified by a third source. Barry said, Randy, ask Fable what race he plays in Dungeons and Dragons. The question's been asked. God, I love this Kaku and Zoro moment. This panel of Kaku saying "leave it to me," like he's so sure of himself. He's like, "Bro, I'm this guy. I get to break another one of the Straw Hats ships." Because remember, he was there when they sent the Mary out of Galila or Frankie's hideout and then had it crash into the sea. Like he was ready to do it all over again. Kaku he's a savage. My man wakes up again. Silhouette kind of looking like Sanji. But then pulls up with the shing. Look at the sweat on Kaku. Like, that's what sells it, too. That's what sells it. This man is shook. I need that Kaku low diff, though. And I want Kaku to, like, pull out, like, this, like, crazy hybrid form now, or whatever. Be awakened, also. Just be like, hey, when we fought last time, I didn't know what I was doing with my powers. Now I do. And then Zoro's just like, yeah, that's cool. She's on song. Or he hits him with the Conqueror's Ashura. Fable said, not all short people are untrustworthy on second thought, Barry. There are notable exceptions. Phantom Greyfire coming in with the facts, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Short People is a song by Randy Newman from his 1977 album, Little Criminals. Short People. And he talks about specifically in that song how he does not like them.
Savage.
Where you get the awakened Kirin. Tom Ado said, totally unrelated. Yeah, totally unrelated. Heard Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to play Johnny Carson. Now that's a tough voice to crack. It's really not that hard. Johnny Carson. I can do a Johnny Carson. I'm better after I hear him, and then I can mimic it. I haven't done it in a long time. But that was me just like pulling it out of thin air. That's interesting. JGL. I was very disappointed with JGL when he came through with the walk. But I worked with him on Dark Knight Rises and Lincoln. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. He was a savage back then. I'm sure he's toned down now. That's true, Barry. That's true. Yeah, Max of Zoro is post-snap, pre-stretch, pre-glass of water. He's going to want to end this fast. Pre-workout. Fable said, but I'm still on this Edison thing. We didn't drop it. Let's see. Oh, Fable said, I don't want discrimination against short people to become part of the Fable canon, but I am still on this Edison thing. Rook is finally about to, like, box with a Cypher Pole agent. Like, there's the possibility for this. We're finally getting it. At that point, every, Straw Hat, with the exclusion of Vivi, will have boxed with Cypher Pole if Brook gets even a single hit in. Patch said, what did you do before YouTube? Film industry. Film industry. Movies and TV. Plenty of them. Let's see. Okay. They get the Frontier Dome back online. Shaka is definitely not the traitor. I'm going to say no to Pythagoras. Lilith is probably the red herring. Edison is... But she's still sus. But Edison is the most sus right now. Okay, well, I'm 100% with you on this Edison business, though. Not about against short people, but about him being the traitor. I do like this. See. They were already fighting a crew member that was guarding it. My man has a name. Bro knows Zoro. Barry said this Edison slander, crying eyes. I need him to stand trial. Where was he on the, the night of the Frontier Dome, gates turning off? Natty Light said Garp, leader of Sword, practically confirmed. Brook's gonna be right there. Don't worry, Euphomatic. Let's see. Okay. So we're leaving already, but we just got here. Let's not rush this. I want to stay, blah, blah, blah. Now that you mention it, where's Vegapunk? I'm gonna rush here. Can you turn my dad back to normal? Yes or no? No, sorry, I can't, but there's a reason for that. All right. Now, the reason is all part of the bigger plan to take down the world government. Somewhere in the waters of the New World. Isn't that fish bigger than normal? So Elbaf's got giant fish, too. Wake up, we're near land. Should we go look around? Are you really asking that? When have I ever passed on exploring an island? No, but this island is probably home of the giants. Erubafu. Yeah. Kid's gonna be the villain of Elbaf, guys. He's gonna be the villain. Luffy and Kid are going to scrap at Elbaf. Who's the ally that picked up the Denden Mushi? Either Fujitora or Sol. You're such a troublemaker, Vice Admiral Garp. I'm gonna reread this entire last page. We're about to head over to Egghead. We can't spare any of our men. Don't be like that, doll. This isn't a joke. You want to launch an offensive against an emperor? Have you cleared this with the top brass? You think this man is loyal to the government? His loyalty is 0. 0. Oh, why would I? Exactly. Exactly. Been in the Navy for how many decades with that attitude? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Besides, I'm already here. Helmeppo, get out here. Is it a pirate attack? What do they want with Helmeppo? Wait, it's Vice Admiral Garp's ship. Garp, I really wanted to see you. Koby went and got captured by Blackbeard, and I couldn't do anything to help. Quit whimpering. It's hard to watch. Just get on board already. We're heading to Hachinosu. Let's beat the snot out of those pirates and save Captain Koby. Alright. So, W on Garp not coming to Egghead. W on Garp being with sword members. W on Garp being in the same place as other sword members, including Law. L on Helmeppo not coming to Egghead. I was pretty convinced that Helmeppo would be a part of Egghead because he wanted a Seraphim. But why do you need a Seraphim when you have Garp? Garp is, I mean, that's a top 5 dude right there. And then massive W on Kid going to Elbaf. I've been saying that for months on months on months. Baby Pluto said Nico Olvia is the mystery person, calling it now. Nah. I love the idea of Saul being alive. I would be upset with Olvia. Helmeppo versus Shiryu, the chin off. That's what Yumil said. Yeah, I'm with Fable. Nico Olvia being alive wouldn't do much for me. It does like Saul, there's plot relevance, there's like interesting ways the story can go. But Nico Olvia, she's not going to move the plot forward. She's just going to take away from Robin, whereas Saul can add.
Another one.
Maxo said Roger disbanded his crew like, my biggest regret was never getting to eat that big ass omelet with you guys. The egg on the ship. I love that. My guy Ben DeGear, member for 16 months, said, Randy Goat, don't at me. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Be here.
Another one.
Yeah, someone brought up Scopper earlier, and I mean that lines up with the Sabi parallels that I've been talking about, but it doesn't move the story forward. It's random and cool, but it's unnecessary. Whereas Fuji and Saul move the plot. Fable said, Garp making a pit stop at G14 to pick up Helmeppo shows bad judgment. What is Helmeppo going to do? That's fair. That's fair. But maybe Helmeppo pulls out. Maybe he does something interesting. He was still trained by Garp. Still in Sword. I don't know. Fable said Scopper wouldn't be bad, but Isho D Quasar would be better. Facts. Let's see.
Another one.
They said Caribou could be the one who turned off the Frontier Dome if the traitor is in fact someone in the group of people we do know is on Egghead. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. It's possible, like while he was trying to steal stuff, he accidentally turned it off, but I think it's more interesting if it is one of the Vegapunks. And that they're like secretly working with someone within Cypherpole or the government to sell out Vegapunk because it means that they'll be able to survive. Like, it's like a squad situation. So one of them was targeted as the weakest one of the Vegapunks mind-wise. And it was just like, if you sell out the Stella, we'll let you live, and only you. And since they all have their own individual personalities and everything like that, self-preservation could kick in. Just like Squad, someone within the family unit goes and puts a knife in your back or your stomach, you know. Ugh. Seeing everything in the chat. Pele's dead. R.I.P. Pele. Mystery dude is probably Sabo? Nah, definitely not. If it's Sabo, that's just fan service. Like we're not gaining anything there. Like, it's cool. But that's just fan service. We're not gaining anything there. Mark Creasy in the chat, my man. Mario's, what's up? Could Vegapunk be contacting Germa following the new system where the cover story links to the ongoing plot? I doubt it. I think everything ended poorly between pretty much all of the Mads guys. You know, Judge didn't want anything to do with Caesar. I don't think they want anything to do with Vegapunk. I don't think that they would want anything to do with Queen and so on and so forth. What do you think Kuma is going to be doing at the Red Port? If Vivi is captured, he's going to save Vivi to stop Uranus. It was also brought up earlier that this could be a big brain plot to get Kizaru to leave Egghead because Kuma starts attacking Celestial Dragons, which immediately calls for Admiral interference. So Kizaru would literally have to stop his mission of getting Vegapunk to go and save the Celestial Dragons from this Kuma. It's big brain. It's big brain. Loving the chat. No Crocs in the gym, Creasy. So let's see. So we did the reread. Gone through everything. Talked about possibilities. All right. 1072. Where do we go from here in the next? I think it's gonna be like. It's gonna be a really long time without a chapter. January 6th is the official release of this. And then it's a break week. And then the next new chapter won't be until almost the end of January. By that point, we're going to be into like January 20 something. This is like the plus of getting the chapter early and the minus. Because I would rather have had this chapter not leak and then we have the chapter on the 6th so that it's regular break, but 2 weeks in a row, oof, it's hard. Weekly Shonen said, shout out to Garp for taking Shanks' place as the person close to Luffy Blackbeard is probably going to kill. And anytime anybody has ever asked, like, if Blackbeard was going to kill anybody close to Luffy, who would it be? I've never been Team Shanks. I've always been Team Garp. Like, as far as the person close to Luffy that should die, I've always been Garp. Whether Shanks dies or not doesn't matter to me, but Garp would hurt Luffy. Shanks... Luffy wouldn't be as upset with Shanks dying because he knows like where Shanks is in the hierarchy of everything. He leads a dangerous life. He'd be upset, but he's not going to cry or have a breakdown in the way that he did with Ace. Whereas if someone like killed Garp, he may have, not, I don't think he'll ever have a reaction like he had with Ace. I think he's grown from that. But the closest thing, other than a crew member, which is not going to happen, would be Garp, I think. So, in keeping with what I've said prior, the next time we would see Helmeppo, that's when we would probably get some sort of a Koby update. So it's very possible that in 1072, we see Koby. We see him captured, we see that Kuzan is, like, watching him, we may see that Law is in a cell near him, that would fire some things up, Pudding nearby as well. I think 1072, it makes sense for much more of this Zoro versus Kaku fight. Brook needs to get in there. And maybe he has a clash with Stussy. That would be my preferred clash. I don't think we're going to get any more of this Kuma business for a little bit. I think Oda's going to hold that close to the chest for us to figure out what's going on. I think we're going to move forward in Egghead until we get to a point where Kizaru is like literally about to kill somebody or something. And then he's going to get a call saying, hey, get here right now. Stop everything you're doing. Like the Celestial Dragons are being attacked by Bartholomew Kuma. And then he's not going to kill whoever he was supposed to kill because he follows orders, and then he's just going to leave. But that's not going to happen for several chapters. So... figuring out who the ally is would probably be too soon, but I mean, I'm okay with it. I feel like that might be like more of like a 1073 thing, but it's possible. I would love like 3 pages of Koby business so that we're, you know, keeping the concurrent stories happening at the same time. 2.5 pages of Zoro versus Kaku. I don't expect anything else with Garp, but I'm okay with 3 pages of Garp and Helmeppo talking and the reveal that Garp is the leader of Sword. Like, I mean, I'm okay with that. But I think we'll cut to Koby and, you know, see that. I think it's. If I was writing, I would go to Koby so that I have something different, and then I would come back to this Garp stuff later. We don't need to go back to Kid. Not yet. I think Bonnie and Vegapunk have to have a chat. Bonnie has to get talked down the ledge. I think that's going to be a big part of 1072. Is Bonnie, like, getting on board with the escape plan. Putting her feelings aside momentarily so that they can actually, like, focus on things. Yeah. That's going to be the biggest chunk of the chapter. Getting Bonnie on board. Zoro versus Kaku. Brook versus Stussy. I don't know what Lucci's going to do. That's kind of the weird thing here. If Lucci and Zoro scrap a little bit, I'm okay with that. Like if Zoro's like holding off both Lucci and Kaku, oof. Oh man, the community would have a heart attack. Brook versus Stussy. The added bonus would be the Koby and at Hachinosu stuff. Yeah, and I don't expect to see Kuma for several chapters. Oothmatic said, I think the Koby rescue might make a good cover story. Nah, I want it in the main story. There's too many important players here. I think Garp dies before the end of series. Whether it's going to be Blackbeard or not, you know, in this arc. Still got to see where things are going. But it's possible. Milkman said, I honestly believe Smoker is going to surprise show up with the kids. He's not going to have the kids with him, but he is going to show up. And when he finds out that they're trying to kill the man who's trying to save the kids, that's when he's going to fully turn against the Marines. So that said, chances of Brooke seeing Stussy's garments. 42%. Could be part of her quirk. Just like, sure. And with that, I think I'm going to start wrapping the stream up here, guys. I'm going to leave this stream on the main channel. I'm going to figure out what... YouTube changed a bunch of things to where streams can now be on main channels and it doesn't mess with the algorithm, apparently. So... might turn the second channel into like extended content or like Twitch streams and like other things, or turn it into something else. I haven't decided yet. Barry said, how many chapters until VV are we predicting? Every chapter until VV is too long. We need the queen back. Where are the kids anyway? They're at G14. We saw them with Tashigi and Doll in like a new version of a Biscuits room. So, not worried about that. Mark Creasy said 0% chance to see, 1000% chance to ask. 1000% chance to ask for sure. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So that's gonna do it, guys. I do still want to have a stream where we go through the best moments of the year and everything like that. Favorite chapters, favorite moments. I would like to do it with Chrissy, which would mean a stream that is not at our normal time, because it'd probably have to be after Mars goes to sleep, so a late night stream or something, I don't know. Try and coordinate that at some point. That would be fun. And if you guys make it, hey, cool, whatever. Want to bring it all together and everything. It's been a wonderful year. I do not think I'm going to stream before the new year at this point. I will do my best to get the analysis out and also the Mads video that I was working on soon. No promises. Mars's birthday tomorrow. Got some plans and everything like that. So gonna be busy. But thank you guys. Happy New Year. Like, we're here doing this. One Piece greatness. And it's even better with all of you. Every week. Every week. Barry said late night stream chat is wild. Yeah. Yeah. Tomato said, thank you, Randy, for an amazing year of content. Wishing you the best of joys, health, and success. Happy New Year. Right back at you. Right back at everybody in the chat. Happiest of New Year's. See here. W's to all of you. Savage crew for life. because we're feeding that sword agenda. Boom. Guys, and I'm going to reiterate this and stress this in the analysis. Garp is going to be in the same place as Koby, Kuzan, and Law. He is going to be in the same place as Koby, Kuzan, and Law. Sword. Sword.
It's about to get spicy.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for a great year. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll see you soon. And if you haven't seen it yet, check my predictions on which Marines are pulling up to Egghead.
I've been swimming deep, deep. Savage.